Kimberly Gardner and Brother Reddit Hudson and the rest of your committed and dedicated staff that is riding with you till the wheels fall off. I also want to give a huge shout out to some of my mentors that I see out in the audience, starting number one with Mr. General himself, Mr. Zaki Baruti. Also, mother of so many generations with scholarships and education, that's Miss Martha West. And as well as Brother Imam Sair, good to see you, my brother, and all of my other brothers and sisters who are faithful lovers and advocates of peace and justice everywhere. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And we obviously have threats to justice facing us right here, right now. But let me start you all off with this. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the heavens and the earth, fainted not, neither is he weary.
That's right.
There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to them that have no might, he increaseth thy strength. Even the youth shall, come on y'all, even the youth, even the young men shall utterly fall, and the youth shall be weary. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. And they shall walk and not faint. What does all of that mean? Well, on Friday, a young man, 2 weeks ago, a young man had designed a specific engagement. And in that specific engagement, about 40 to 50 people had dedicated and committed to be there. The day before that engagement, head-on collision. Had to kick out the passenger door to escape the car. Everybody survived, no scratches, no harms, but got a little tension in his back. The next day at 9 a.m., everyone is coming to assemble for the event. And here he is walking through the door. And they said, "What are you doing here?" And his response was, "I was committed. I signed up to be here. And because I knew that you all were coming, I had to come here." How does that relate to 2014? Let me remind y'all, 2014 was not about no Senate Bill 5. 2014 was not about having people that don't look like us, but try to speak our language to make decisions and advocate for us. 2014 was not about, I want a title to feel important. 2014 was not about an individual or groups of individuals dictating to us, taking away our basic right, all for the sake of their version of justice. That's not what 2014 was about. 2014 was about because we didn't feel represented. And because we didn't feel represented, we didn't get the resources that Precious spoke about. We didn't get the resources, or we got the data or the trainings and the statistics that Ms. Thompson mentioned today. That's what 2014 was about. 2014 was about because we have individuals, thousands of us that look like us, that are in jail for selling nickel bags, 10 bags. But yet, all of a sudden, we have an industry that is capitalizing big time. But yet, our brothers and sisters are still behind jails, are still in programs suffering. But yet, someone is making money. Y'all better talk to me.
I'm talking back to you.
2014 was simply about not only that we want to have a space to simply come here and tell you what's wrong, or to come here and to tell you all what you should or should not be doing. 2014 was about, we're going to do that, but at the same time, Brother Zaki and Ms. Martha, we're not waiting on you to do it for us. Young Voices with Action. It's in his name. What we want, we're telling you, we're sharing it, Brother Khatib, but it doesn't stop there. If I come up to Brother Khatib and I say, Brother Khatib, I need some money to buy me some food, and he don't have it. If I leave it at that, I'm going to stay hungry. But yet, a young voice with action. I got to eat, let me go get a job. If I can't find a job, let me create a job. Young voices with action speaks to the fact that young people, and I can't speak for my generation. I can't. Because everyone in my generation have different experiences, different attitudes, different behaviors, come from different communities, different backgrounds. But what I can speak to is those like-minded individuals that are just like me. A young voice with action is simply not a person that comes to every single neighborhood meet and every engagement and simply talk in circles.
Right.
We come to these places, we grapple, we take the information, and we go straight back out there to that community, and we do exactly what we just said that we was going to do. How does that relate to Kim Gardner? In 2014, that was a movement that said enough is enough.
Right.
We sick and tired. We sick and tired of Ms. Hazel Irving in St. Louis County coming up in front of a then Black County Executive, Charlie Dooley, and now the current county executive. Tired of saying we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Well, how long are you going to be sick and tired of being sick and tired? So what does that mean, Brother Zaki? That means that young people, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if it's your grandchildren, your grandchild, it doesn't matter. Whatever you are doing, you ought to be empowering that young person to realize and to know that you can do this yourself. We elected Kim Gardner because she gave us hope. We elected Kim Gardner because she gave us a vision. We elected Kim Gardner because she spoke to the millions of men and women that was incarcerated for unjust and unjust things that are now people are taking advantage of. We elected Kim Gardner because we wanted somebody to do something different.
Yes, that's right.
What Jennifer Joyce was doing, what Bob McCullough was doing, we was done with that. So what did we do? Young people went to the street. Not only did we go to the street, don't let them fool you. Young people vote. Don't let them fool you. Young people participate in the process. Don't let them fool you that young people are running for offices. Now, all young people ain't like-minded like me. Just like older people. We sometimes get in position, and sometimes we become contrary to what we ran for. Or what we stood for. That's not Kim Gardner. Every single thing that she's doing, she said that she was going to do it when she first got elected. Walking and not being weary. That car accident was a simple attack of a larger mission that we got to do. The governor and his lawyer team, that's just a simple attack trying to derail a massive movement.
That's right.
The officers that's steady trying to submit these cases, knowing that they're on the exclusion list.
Right.
Attacks. My message to this community, my message to St. Louis, my message to the Circuit Attorney's office. Walk and don't be weary. Keep running and not faint. The St. Louis community, young people, young voices with action, we are adamant and we are strong believers that we are our own solution. And if you all believe and understand that you all have the power, that we all have the power to make sure that we have the right people leading for us, that's what we're going to do. A community is dictated by the leadership that we have. But it's also dictated by how we as a people respond to that leadership. That's our leadership right there, y'all. So I thank Brother Khatib, I thank the young people, I thank Precious, I thank Brother Zaki, I thank Brother Reddit, and I thank all of those individuals that even put this program together. And thank you for giving young people a space and a voice to even say what's on our mind. Thank you for believing in us. And I see Brother Khatib standing up, so that's my cue. But God bless you all, and thank you all, and thank you, Kimberly Gardner, so much for your passion and your dedication.
So now I want to start our panel discussion. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to change things up right now. And I thank the panel for being here. But I just want to say something. I just want to say I really appreciate you coming here and being a part of this, because this is very important. And why I'm changing this up is because, you know, we have people here who want to silence me, right? They want to capture every word I'm saying so they can use this as a soundbite for criminal contempt or a vehicle to try to take me out of office. So I'm going to be brief, but I'm going to say this. We have these young people here that I'm looking at, and I just heard Farrakhan, and he inspired me to get up. And why I got up is because when you do the right things in life, right? When you go to school, you try to be a productive citizen, you go into law school, then you end up working for the Circuit Attorney's office and seeing the poverty, seeing the injustice, seeing the issues inside those courtrooms. And you see when a judge sentences anyone to any amount of time, they ask them, what's your last employment history? Most people have little to none. What is the last grade you completed in school? Most people have dropped out before the 5th grade. They ask you what's your health issues, or you have any medicine you're taking, so you can appreciate or understand the proceeding. And what we're focusing on is we're focusing on me. But I want you to focus on each and every one of you, regardless if you live in the city, the county, you live across the waters in Illinois, you live in any other jurisdiction. What you're seeing is a witch hunt. And when I talk about a witch hunt, what they want you to believe is about a case. It's not about a case. What it was about, it was December 18th. That's the day my father died. And before I was elected, I had a meeting with the police union, and they told me, we will let you be in this office if you make sure you never hold any police officer accountable. We'll let you have that next election and make sure no one runs against you if you make sure no one is held accountable who is considered law enforcement. And I politely said, and I'm not going to tell you what I really said, but I got up and I said I would never go into this position and not do the right thing. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that everything that happens in his office is somehow not my fault or I'm not accountable. And what they want you to say, I'm not a leader. I'm more than a leader. I've been leading a organization that has been purposely disinvested from day one. I've been leading an organization that people have colluded and conspired inside the office and out to make sure we're not successful. And I've still kept it going for over 7 years and done our job. But what they want you to think is about this case. What it's about is justice for all. What it's about is individuals who look like me, how we're criminalizing the system that we call the criminal justice system, and we are the victim and the perpetrator. And guess what? We have no rights to equal justice under the law. And what they want you to believe is, as the first African-American prosecutor, that I don't believe in crime when I live every day in North City and I see crime in my own family. I've been abused by the system myself. But they want you to believe that somehow I'm different because all the education I got and I don't have the experience or the leadership skills to run this office. But what you can't run an office that you have people inside and out purposely tearing this office down. And I'm not going to, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not leaving, I'm not resigning, I'm not doing nothing. You're going to have to remove me. And I don't care if I have, and it's funny how we talk about history, right? We talk about, let's go back to Freeman Bosley Jr., the first African-American male of the city of St. Louis, and how they had the body count on the Post-Dispatch paper every day. The same thing that's being done to me, all of a sudden, how many cases we have and how many people we have. We ain't never had enough people in this office And for you to think that somehow it's gotten better when you have a purpose agenda to attack the very individuals who work every day, and then you say, I'm not protecting them? It's funny, ain't it? It's funny how we're seeing how individuals can stretch the law to whatever they imagine it to be, and you want people to participate in this process as victims and say it's fair? Come on now. The Attorney General right now, the unelected Attorney General, has a report every year. 1 in 3 African Americans are stopped more than any other person in the state of Missouri, not just in the city of St. Louis. Over 80% of the arrests are African Americans. And we have a relatively 46% split of diversity in our community in the city of St. Louis alone. Do you think that's purposeful, or it's just black people commit crime? I've been criminalized every day because of my black skin, because I'm black. There's no mistake about it. I live a black life. I live a black experience. And I'm about the people, all people, not just black people, because when we talk about victims of crime, it's all of us. You have people who purposely, when I was a state legislator, said everyone has access to a gun and I'm gonna give you a self-defense claim, and they have the nerve to have you think they care about crime in the city of St. Louis when they say they want to protect the rights of a 12-year-old to have an AK-47, and y'all sitting there listening to what they're saying? The truth is, silence is compliance. The truth is, we have people who look like me in these positions of power who sit there and want to see the show and want to sit there and say, well, we don't know what's going on. What's going on? I've never had a fair shake. If you think I was having a fair shake in this office, and it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the people of the city of St. Louis, because I am you and you are me, and I fight so hard because the people who elected me told me, do not do things the same way. Do not look at cases the same way. Do not make up evidence and put it on people because I'm trying to make a statistic. We're more than a statistic. We're more than a number. But what I want to say is, for the young people, I know that's why I wanted to come before the panel, because I want the young people to be inspired, but what I don't want them to think is, you're seeing someone weaponize the law against someone who has a law license, right? And a title. I'm not saying my title means anything, it doesn't. It's a title. But if you see someone weaponize the law in this way against me, what does an everyday person face going through the criminal justice system? What does John Doe and Jane Doe face when they in the wrong place at the wrong time, and all of a sudden, the description coming in from the police department is black male or black female, 18 to 47, white t-shirt. And actually, that's a real description. That's not me making that up. That's a real description I've seen when I was an assistant circuit attorney, and I said, get out of here, we're not doing that. But see, when you do the right thing and you stand in the face of power and you say, I'm going to do the right thing, even when the pressure tells you to conform, because all I had to do at that meeting before I took office was say, yes, boss, I'll do my job like a good circuit attorney. Because if you think that office wasn't controlled by the police department, they came in there and told you what to do, how to do it, who to charge, what to charge, and what to make the case. And I said, we're not doing that today. And I lost a lot of attorneys because they're afraid of standing up for what's right. And I'm gonna say this. When you talk about a rudderless ship, when I heard that term, the rudderless ship, well, when you have no foundation based on anything, what are you talking about? The criminal justice system is doing what it's always designed to do. And we're trying to change the Titanic of a ship to be fair and just, because I don't want any more Lamar Johnsons. And you think Lamar Johnson's the only one? Come on now. Come on now. But what they want me to do is to make it look like this job is easy. This job is not easy. But as a prosecutor, you represent the people. When you can't make the case, you can't make the case. When evidence falls apart, because the police, of course, the police bring all the evidence to us. We get it all on the right time. That's not true. When things fall apart and things turn out the wrong way, we have to say we can't go forward. And people don't like that. We can't make things fit. That's not what justice is about, and that's what a prosecutor, our job is to pursue justice, not merely convictions. That is in the oath and the Constitution we take. This is not a progressive label. This is not a law and order label. This is a prosecutor's job to pursue justice, not merely convictions. So I'm gonna close with this. in spite of what's happening to me, right? I want you to know, if they can do this in the way they're doing it, if they can report this in the way they report this, look at these young people. When they ride in the car and they get stopped, what happens? Let's be real, what happens? Everybody gets an arrest that day, don't they? Everybody gets pulled out the car and searched, and everybody has some kind of arrest. Do you don't think that arrest affects those young people? We ain't talking about a conviction, I'm talking about the arrest. The arrest. And what's happening today, I have a law license, I have a nursing license, I'm a funeral director. What they're doing is they want to make sure they ruin me, so this is the night ride, so each and every one of y'all see, never run for office, never be in this position and do the right thing, because they'll take you out like Kim Gardner. But guess what? You can't take me out. You can't take me out, because I'm not afraid of none of this. But I'm afraid of people on the outside who really think, like I said, they want me to be crying and fearful. I'm not fearful of lies. I'm not fearful of stretching the law to fit. What I'm fearful is that you don't remember, and please remember this. Regardless of the outcome of me, remember this. Stand up. Fight, because whoever had his office, I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna tell them what to do. They're gonna tell them who to do, who to charge, what to charge, when to charge, and who to go after. And that's the danger. That's why they fight so hard. I mean, they got a bill right now to take me out of office. If I'm so, what, little old me? Really, y'all, this little old me. I'm just Kim Gardner from North City. My mom and my uncle here, Eddie Randall and Sons, lifelong resident. That's where I come from. Little old me, I'm that dangerous. I'm that deadly for the city of St. Louis, but them officer-involved shootings ain't deadly for the city of St. Louis. Them wrongful cases ain't deadly for the city of St. Louis. Them unsolved murders ain't deadly for the city of St. Louis. No, that's not deadly, but little old me. Okay. But, I wanted to get up here because Farrakhan inspired me. But, the youth, we got hope. We need hope. Because we hope. They don't want to go in to be a prosecutor. Why do they want to go to law school when they see what's being done? Why do they want to go further in elected politics when they see, unless you wink, nod, and agree with everything, and you got to be controlled by handlers? The only handler I have is justice. The only person to tell me what to do is the Constitution. And you should be afraid that they're going to take out your representative to take away your vote, your voice, regardless of you care about Kim Gardner or not. It doesn't even matter. You should care about this position so much that I am the only elected official. Listen, the only elected official in the criminal justice system. The judges ain't elected. The governor right now can't even appoint his own judges in his jurisdiction, but he can appoint them in yours. You should be afraid of that. And you're going to have people that look like you tell you, this fair process. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's why they took that away. That's why they want to take away your prosecutor. We already been in Mississippi. See, Mississippi, we've already done that 100 years. We've already had our police department state controlled. We already, and you talking about Mississippi, looking at Tennessee and Mississippi, we already been here, but we ain't said nothing. And guess what? Kim Gardner is saying a whole bunch. And I'm not going to stop. Like I said, I don't care if I have nobody in my office. Because it's about doing the right things. And if you stand in silence and you sit there and watch the show and think it's okay, it's me here now today. It's going to be you next and your family next. So I got to go, and I thank you and I appreciate you.
We must define our community. And we have defined Kim Gardner, and you must understand who she is. It clearly says she represents Missouri. Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner, Missouri Mother of Justice. Thank you, Ms. Gardner. Stay safe, be blessed. We definitely love it. So now I want to get the panel started. I want to introduce the moderators of that panel, and then